Well, the first day of school went extremely well. I am still just a little bit like, whoa. You know how you come off of a vacation and then you have like, I don't know, 17, yeah, little babies, little kindergartners with questioning minds and just lots of energy. But today went really well. Like I said, I have 17 students so far this school year. Last school year I had 19, but a lot of kiddos, parents register their kids kind of like the first full week of school. So we'll see. I might be receiving some more kids on next week, but everything went really well today. I kind of just, look, y'all, I paced myself. I was like, I'm not going to overwhelm myself or the kids. I'm going to get them acclimated to the classroom, to certain procedures in the classroom, show them around the school a little bit, give them a little bit of playtime because it's hot. It's hot out there. And I told them just a little bit of playtime. And, but yeah, we had a really good productive day, but all of the 17 kids who are on my roster showed up today, and I'm actually going to be leaving on time. Well, I'm actually past time. I'm off at 3:15, but I'm going to be headed home. Everything is pretty much done. I have been really diligent and really focused on working smarter, not harder, right? If you're a teacher or any profession, y'all, let's work smarter and not harder. Let's not make it hard for ourselves. But yeah, that's my current situation. Right there, I have some of the high frequency words, i.e. sight words on the board. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to make it big, but I can't. But it's I am in red. So, yep, this is day one. Fantastic day. It's going to rain, so I'm going to head out now. Also, I forgot to share with you guys that I had only one student who was crying, and he only cried for a little bit because I gave him a little bit of candy and made him my helper. He was my light switch helper. So he's lights, meaning he turns off the lights and turns on the lights when I need them on and off. So he cried maybe for kind of to himself, maybe whimpered for just a little bit. And after that, after he got that candy and that job, that was a wrap. I had him in the palm of my hand. So this was the first year that I didn't have just more than one person cry. In my previous years, I probably had maybe 2 or 3 students crying, and then what happens is like once one of them starts to cry, it's like then it like triggers the other ones. But this year I only had one crier just for a little bit, and that was it, and then the rest of the kiddos were fine. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as well. And I'm so excited about my class. I'll have to look at my roster again. I don't think I know how many boys and girls. I know I have way more girls than boys. I may have something like about 10 or 11 girls, and then about 6 or 7 boys. But I'll let you know that breakdown as well. I just wrapped up Monday. This week is the first full week of school or of classes for me. Actually, school started back on last week, and we were in school. The kiddos were in school for like 2 days, and it went really well. This is my first year, y'all, that I only had one crier, and it wasn't contagious, meaning like one person didn't start crying, and then the other kids started crying, and it kind of snowballed. So fantastic. These kids are so sweet. They're so sweet at this age anyway, but they're just so sweet. Y'all, I have got 10 girls and 7 boys. Usually it's a little bit closer. That number is usually, maybe 8 and 8, or something like that. But I have 10 girls and 7 boys. They're just the sweetest, and the parents are fantastic. My parents, y'all, I have some of the really most wonderful parents. I say that every year, but it's true. I have parents who are engaged, who really want their kiddos to succeed and set them up for success as well. So I'm so thankful for that. And yeah, so today went really smooth. Like I said, today's Monday. It's the 3rd day of school. So I already have the kids kind of up and running, showing them the routine, showing them or sharing with them the playground rules, the classroom rules, showing them where everything is, getting them acclimated to my style and all of that. I also wanted to show you guys this planner. Y'all, I forgot to show you this, but I picked up this planner at the school supply store when I went and did that big kind of haul that I showed you. I actually picked this planner up. Now, normally planners, I buy your normal planners like you would find from, I don't know, like a TJ Maxx or whatever, but this school planner is actually pretty cool, and I like it a little bit better than the normal planners. because as you can see, it has where I can write in the dates for the month, and then it has a portion where it has the notes, it has important dates, the goals, the have to do. Then it has in the back where you can put in the week, and then you can put the subjects, you can put the month, the subjects per the day of the week, and then you can put different goals for that. Another section that I didn't show you, it actually shows like student names, and you can write down the student names, and you can put just information by the name that you need to have readily available. Towards the front, it has your communication. I don't think I showed you that. It has the news, it has the planet. It just has so many features here at a glance. So I really like this planner. I just want to kind of show you. It has really helped me to stay organized. Like on my planner, I actually put the dates for faculty meetings in advance. I put dates for even my doctor's appointments, things like that, to see if there's any conflict. So if you haven't gotten like a specific teacher planner from like a supply store or maybe order on Amazon, this, like I said, is a really great investment, and I like it better than my normal calendar. This has actually been really good, and it's helped me to really stay organized and on top of certain things. So try to invest in this if you have not already. Today has been a rainy and wet day. It is Wednesday, it's hump day, and my kiddos have not been able to go outside to play all week because it has been raining around the time that they're heading out for recess in the afternoon. So they have been, oh man. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that I finished today administering the beginning of the year assessment. I do a pencil and paper assessment to see how many letters and sounds that the kiddos know. Out of the 26 letters in the alphabet, I had 9 students that knew the capital and the lowercase letters and the sounds. Hooray! That's huge. So that's half the class, a little bit more than half the class know that. And then I had 3 students who were kind of maybe missing about 4 or 5 letters and sounds. No problem. They'll be able to, listen and get on Starfall. I talked about Starfall, which is a computer-based learning program that kids can get on for free, and they can practice hearing and saying and repeating the letters and the sounds, and they love it. So they're probably maybe spending about 2 to 3 weeks on Starfall in order to kind of bridge that gap. And then I have 5 students who they don't know probably the majority of the alphabet. They really can't recognize the letters or the sounds. So I have 5 students who really, it's going to take maybe about, I'd say, the next maybe month to 6 weeks for them to close that gap and to learn the letters, all of the letters of the alphabet and the sound. So actually, all in all, it's not really bad. It's not bad. I remember before I had maybe half the class didn't know their letters and sounds. Maybe out of 18 students, 9 students didn't know, but this is just 5, no problem. So I'm really pretty excited. I know I have one of my cousins, he teaches in the high school. He actually teaches in the high school level. And I know he was sharing with me that he also gives like a beginning of the year assessment just to see what the kiddos know, where they are, to see, what he needs to maybe remediate, go over, and then what he needs to actually, pick up from, or where he can pick up from and teach from. So if you're a teacher, let me know if you give the beginning of the year assessments. I'm talking about not the diagnostics where they're on the computer that and the state is collecting the data, but I'm really talking about the pencil and paper assessment. So you as a teacher can kind of assess your class or your classes. If you're teaching, groups of students, you can assess them to kind of see where they are. So far, guys, so good. I'm really kind of pleased. It is Thursday, and they just called me to the office because I have a new student. So now I am up to 18. That means I have 10 girls and I have 8 boys. So I have 10 girls, 8 boys. Yep, that number between the boys and the girls is closing up. So, oh my goodness. So I have 18 and my colleagues have 17. So right now I'm kind of leading the pack with the most number of kiddos in their classrooms again this year. So yeah, I think every year I've had the most number of kids, even if just by 1 or 2, but 1 or 2 kids makes a difference. But yeah, I have 18. It's a boy, so I'll find out a little bit more about him on tomorrow. He'll be in my roster and in my grade book on tomorrow, but I have 18. Last year I had 19. 18 and counting, right? Because we have gotten more kids in, but my colleagues, I had more than them. So now, we all had 17 and now I have 18, and then the rest will get 18 and then we'll go from there. But I also wanted to show you this. I wanted to show you these numbers that I have on my floor. Yep. It goes all the way to 19. One of my colleagues was like, Shay, how do you get your kiddos to line up like so perfectly with enough space in between them without them really pushing each other when they're walking in the hall? They kind of just, it's already only like day 5 and they know how to like line up. They know exactly what to do. It actually made me day 6. But I was like, yeah, I put numbers on my floor and each kid has a number. It just goes alphabetically. So if your last name begins with an A, then you're number 1, B, like that. And so, yeah, I give them a number. Each kid is assigned a number and they have a corresponding number on the floor. So if you're number 1, you have an area where you can put your backpack for number 1, and then you have an area where you can stand on the floor so that when I say line up for lunch or line up if you're going to the library or anything like that, they know where to go, and then I have it spaced so that there is enough space for them to not necessarily be all up on each other and hit each other, especially if they have their backpacks on and if they're lining up to leave for the end of the day. And so she was like, wait, you put numbers? I'm like, yeah. So I just wanted to share that tip. If you have the little kiddos, I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't think it works for the big kids, but if you have the little kiddos and you want to help them to be able to line up more quickly, more efficiently, and to leave enough space in between so they're not like all up on each other, touching and hitting and pushing, then consider like getting some numbers, putting them on your floor. And it's just a regular stick-on number, sticks to the floor. It comes up, if our cleaning crew will mop over it. Well, I'll put tape over it, but eventually by the end of the year, it will be worn and it'll kind of come up. So just consider that. I just wanted to share that little tip in case your kiddos were needing to line up and you wanted to use a method or a strategy to help them to do that and be more quick and more efficient. So try that. It's Friday, the end of the week, and I wanted to show you my word wall. So as you can see, I changed up my word wall. I actually cut off the pictures that were hanging down to just make this smaller so I can get the entire alphabet on this side of the word wall. And what I'm going to do is for my sight words or high frequency words, I'm going to have them coming down. I'm going to have them, instead of going across horizontally, I'm going to have them actually coming down vertically. And then once I go over those words, like the words for this week was I and read and am, once I go over those words, I bank them, meaning I put them on the wall under the beginning letter of that word. So am will be under A, I will be under I, read will be under R. And then I'm going to actually use this to review the words. So for my students, for my kiddos, I go over the words every single day. So I go over the sight words every single day, even if it's words or they're words from a couple weeks ago. I just keep the words fresh in their mind by going over them every day. But instead of having them going across, like I said, I'm going to have them going down and I'm going to bank them. So just to keep my whiteboard looking not so full, but to really have it such that it's being useful and utilized, and it's not just a board full of words, but it's actually a board that I can teach from, or a word wall that I can teach from as well. So I think I'm going to start it off this way. If I decide to change up my word wall and how I, utilize it, I'll go ahead and do that. If you guys have any ideas, also let me know. But I think I'm off to a really good start with these words. So guys, that is it for me for this week's teacher vlog. Just sharing with you guys how my first couple of days of school have gone. Everything has been good. I'm exhausted though. I'm just tired. I think how you come off a vacation and you're like, oh my gosh, work, and just expending so much energy and repeating myself and have all these kiddos and all the different pivots and changes and moves and that you have to do throughout the day. But everything's going well. Like I said, I got that my 18th student on today, and now I have to work to get him acclimated to where the kiddos are already, because already they have a routine going. They're kind of falling in line, so I'm excited about that. But okay, I'll see you on the next one, and I hope you enjoy the video. If so, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Please consider subscribing as well, and I'll see you on the next one. This is Shay with The Learning Project.